Hello, in the previous video the custom controls DLL was added manually to the Visual Studio toolbox. Now we will do option 2, how to create and publish a Nuget package of these custom controls built with .NET Framework. That way, share reusable code with yourself, with your friends or with other developers. In this case, share this library of custom controls to add to the Visual Studio toolbox for use in Windows Forms, C# or Visual Basic. Okay, this tutorial is based on the guide made by Microsoft. To create and publish a package, you need these 3 prerequisites. Have Visual Studio installed, download the Nuget executable, and have a Nuget account. Then create a class library project. In this case we already have the custom control class library. Set the project properties for the package, and fill in the assembly information. Generating the initial manifest for the Nuget package, and editing the manifest, is basically similar to the information in the assembly. Run the command to generate the package, and finally publish the package on Nuget. For this you also need to purchase an API key. So let's get started on the tutorial. First we open the properties of the project. In the assembly name, we must put a unique name, that is, it must be a unique identifier among all Nuget packages. It is advisable to place the name of the author or company, followed by the name of the product. I will also update the default namespace, this is optional. We must make sure that the output type is class library. Finally we complete the assembly information. Here we enter the title, description, company, copyright and assembly version. You can modify the file and assembly version if it is the case. Since I changed the default namespace, it is also necessary to update it in the project classes. For this we open any class, and we rename the old namespace.
I'm walking around in the circle of life, doing the things I know.
We eliminate the elements that are not necessary.
Walking the same ways 100 times with the same.
Finally, according to Microsoft's guide, we need to set the project settings to release and rebuild the project to generate the updated DLL. Alright, that's it here. Now we go to the official Nuget site. To publish a package you must have a Nuget account. If you do not have one, sign up with an email from Microsoft. Optionally, have an API key. You can create one by clicking Create. I already created one before. An API key allows you to publish the package using the Nuget command line. While continuing, we go to the Downloads tab to download the Nuget executable. You can download the version you want. In this case I will download the latest recommended version. Once downloaded, we return to Visual Studio, and open the project folder in the File Explorer. We copy the Nuget executable here. Once copied to the location, we go to the address bar, type CMD, and press Enter key. This is the fastest and easiest way to open a directory at the command prompt. Here we just access and run the executable file of Nuget. If we write the word Nuget, it shows us all the available Nuget commands. For this video, we will only use 2 commands. The spec command, which allows you to generate the initial manifest for the package. And then the pack command, which allows you to create the package based on the Nuget manifest. So, we run the spec command to generate the initial manifest. Here we must specify the project file.
But do you ever try to put on the right side, put it up in your mind?
The initial manifest was created successfully. The generated file matches the project name, in this case custom controls.nuspec. Now we open the file in a text editor, In my case, I will open it with Visual Studio Code. Here, in the same way as it was done in the project properties, we must complete all these fields, since Nuget produces an error if you try to create a package with default values. In ID, we put the unique name of the package, then the version, the title, the author of the package, the license. In license I will leave it as free software. Then we must place the URL of the project. Generally the project is uploaded to the GitHub repository, since it is much more flexible to work with several collaborators, contributors, or simply work in an open community, since anyone can see and review it, and then report errors, as well as creating a backup in the cloud.
But do you ever try to pop on the left side, put it up in your mind? It's gonna be alright. You run, try, roll your mind.
Once the project is uploaded, we copy the link and paste it in the URL project element. In the same way for the URL icon, in this case I uploaded an icon in PNG format to the repository. We enter the description, copyright and tags.
You run, try, roll your mind. You run, try, roll your mind. You run, try, roll your mind. Seeing all the water rain fill your eyes, doing things they know.
Once finished, we save the changes. OK, now we run the pack command to create the Nuget package.
Talking about the same old stories they've heard about the people they think they know.
Here I have an error. Well, it indicates that it cannot find the project's DLL file in the debug folder. This is because I changed the project configuration in release, and apparently the changes are not being saved in the project file. I do not know if this is a Visual Studio problem or mine. Well, not to look for a solution now, I will change the configuration back to debug, since there is practically not much difference between them. Debug and release are only versions or tags of the project. In the release version there is only the DLL and PDB file. And in the debug version you will find all the information of the compiled files, including the DLL and PDB files. OK, I'll run the pack command again. The package was created successfully, however I have two warnings. The first one that I did not indicate the release notes, and second, the icon URL field is deprecated. I guess now there is another way to do it. Well, the generated packages have the extension .nupkg. Now, we finally upload the package to Nuget.
Try path on the right side, put it up in your mind. But did you ever try to path on the left side?
We click on the Upload tab. Here we can navigate and select the package file, or just drag and drag. Again it shows me the warning error that icon URL element is deprecated. I did some research and this attribute is deprecated. We should use the icon attribute instead, and apparently the icon should be included in the project. Well, I will update the package later. To finish publishing the package, we click on the Submit button. The package is not yet available as it is being validated unchecked for any malicious code. This can take up to an hour, so I'll pause the video. The package is already available. Well, it did not take more than 10 minutes, since the project is somewhat small. They can download the package and include it in their Windows form, C# or Visual Basic projects. I will do a quick test to see that everything works fine. For this I will create a new project in Windows Form and C#. This is a package that I uploaded for testing purposes. I would like to delete it, but it is not possible to delete a package once it is published, so I recommend posting a package carefully. Great, custom controls are automatically added to the Visual Studio toolbox. Very good, everything works correctly. That's all in this tutorial. In the next video we will create an extension package for Visual Studio, and then install or share the extension in the Visual Studio Marketplace. In this case, when you install the extension, the custom controls are permanently added to the toolbox in any version of Visual Studio. Until the next video.